What's up everybody, Gerald here. It's Wednesday the 13th of June and we are finally back down the lake after being away for just over a month. I've been off with chest infections, I've been really ill, so it was good just to take a break. Whilst I've been away, the fish have been spawning, so that's now done and out of the way. Scudder and Pat have also been down here. They did a Sunday night and Monday daytime. And Scudder finally managed to catch himself a fish and he's off the mark, which is great. I'll put the pictures in now. Really happy for him, well done mate. I'm back in the tent swim where I said I wouldn't keep fishing, but as soon as I got here, lo and behold, there was fish all along the back bank up against the margins and the snags. So I've chucked all 3 rods along there with 3 different baits, which I'll show you in just a minute. Once my kettle's boiled and I've had a cup of tea, I'll give you an update and I'll show you everything. Okay, so let's show you the baits that's on all the rods. Right, on the middle rod, we'll start with the middle rod, we've got these sticky baits, pineapple, and I believe that's butterstick. 16mm pop-ups. All 3 rods are pop-ups. These are just a little tester pack that I've ordered just to see if they're any good. I quite like the colour and the texture of them, so fingers crossed they might get us a fish. On the left hand rod we have a cell pop-up which caught us the fish last time we were here, and now on the right hand rod we've got these Frutella high-vis pop-ups, but these have been soaked. If I can get the lid off, hold on 1 second. So here's the Frutella pop-ups. They're nice and shiny. As you can see, they've been soaked in a pepperami sauce, which I normally put on my bottom baits, which you might have seen in one of my other videos. That's done me quite well on other lakes, so I just want to see if it works here as well. So some of you may have noticed that my setup has now slightly changed. We've gone over to a goalpost system. We've got buzz bars which were on a Nash pod on the front and back. I've now got a 3rd Delkim as well, which is great. So now we're starting to match. The only thing I have got to get is a black snag ear and another Richwood Exorcist reel to just replace that one, and then everything will be the same and it will all look great. I mean, it doesn't look too bad now actually, to be honest. I quite like the setup. So now let me show you where the rods are. Right, so the left hand rod is over here in a gap in between this snag. The middle rod is here in this gap where we caught the fish. The right hand rod is also over here just off this tree where we caught the fish last time we were here. All the fish were patrolling up and down this back bank when I got here. We had a couple off this tree, but I've never even had a nibble apart from there, which I think was actually weed going off. So the lake, as you can see, gone very green. Got trees everywhere. This has now become a bit of a bugger to cast in because this is all now grown up. Last time we were here, this was all pretty much just branches with no leaves on it. But the lake is looking nice. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping for a fish. If we don't, that's okay. And we can always come back and try again. It's just gone 11 o'clock and no bites so far. The last 2 fish I've caught have been around the 10 o'clock, just about 10:15 mark. So we've gone past the time that I normally catch. I'm not that worried. It's just nice to be back out on the lake, to be honest with you. I forgot to mention that I have scattered, I'd say 20 or 30 freebies all along this back bank, just to crack here across all 3 rods, just to try and get the fish in and get them attracted in. Now it's gone quiet. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any fish. I've been poking my head round and having a look down the other end of the lake. But I haven't seen the swans, so I'm not sure if they've moved on or gone anywhere. We have got a couple of geese still, but they're not causing me any troubles. So I forgot to mention that when Pat and Scudder were down here the other day, Scudder actually caught a pike, an eel, a tench and a carp. He caught a lovely 6-pound tench, which is the biggest tench we've had out of here. It's the only tench we've had out of here actually. So Scudder is winning the multi-species contest. I'm still in the lead with the biggest carp, which is good. Hopefully I can catch another one today and we'll see. So it's 12:30 and I've just recast all 3 rods. When I brought in the left hand rod, it actually had a bit of weed on it, and I know it's been sat in weed for a little while. Not too much, because the white foam that I cast with was still slightly on the hook, so it's taken longer for it to dissolve, so it must have just settled into a little bit of weed over there. So I've moved the rod just a little bit to the right, just off the bush here, which I know is clear. I've then put the middle rod right in the middle of this bay now, right up against that snag there, and then the right hand rod is just off the branch where it was back over there. It's 2:10 and still no fish. I've had a couple of liners on the left and right hand rod, nothing on the middle, and I've seen a couple of fish just floating around on the surface. So I've chucked out a few dog biscuits, but they're not interested, so maybe they're not on the feed today. I'm going to give it about another hour, then I'm going to go home like I normally do at 3 o'clock, just to avoid the traffic. So, right, so it's 3 o'clock and I've just put all my rods away and packed up. It's time to go home. I will be back down here next week to try and catch a fish. We didn't have anything this time. We had a few liners and saw a few fish, but no bites, unfortunately, but that doesn't matter. So until next time, tight lines, wet nets, and I'll see you all soon.